Hey guys, so today's video will be different from the usual ones I make. It's a video I really didn't want to make as it's not something I enjoy talking about or giving any attention at all, as it's a very negative part of being in SPN fandom, or as it is called, SPN family. You'll soon find out how that nickname does not at all fit a lot of members of the so-called family. On the contrary, the actions of a big part of the so-called SPN family is beyond disgusting and appalling. A lot of those haters popped their ugly heads clearly in the past few days after being triggered by my latest video about Supernatural ending that they clearly did not like. So they have been harassing me and other fans who agree with me about it for days. I just made a video explaining this whole issue, so you should go check it out. It debunks all the BS spread about the video and all the misrepresentation and all the confusion surrounding the video. So go check that video out for more details. This video will focus on haters and bullies in SPN fandom. I have made a video about that a while ago titled The Truth About SPN Family Bullying that I recommend you go check out after this video for more details. But for now, I'll give you a brief summary of what I talked about in that video, as it is very relevant to what I'm about to talk about next. So I've been getting a lot of hate, slander, harassment online for a long time, almost as long as I've had my channel. But it got progressively worse the bigger my channel got, which seems to trigger a lot of people for some reason. Gee, I wonder why. Can't be jealousy or anything. So that growth triggered those haters to spread lies and hate about me, especially on Twitter, which I found to be the most toxic platform ever. It thrives on those petty haters. It doesn't do anything to punish them for their toxic behavior towards other people. It's easy to talk shit about someone behind a computer screen. I bet you none of those losers would ever say a word to my face in person, or even to the other fans they harass and bully online. As typical bullies go, those people seem to thrive on putting others down in order to feel better about their own miserable lives. I almost feel sad for them, as I cannot relate to someone who spends their day spreading all that hate and toxicity and slander and lies towards other people they don't even know. That must be some miserable existence. There is one obvious thing about those haters and bullies that they all share with each other. They do not have any creative original thoughts of their own, so they all echo each other and repeat the same lies and slander they see each other spread over and over again. So it's very easy to debunk all that BS with facts and logic without having to address them individually. They are very easily addressed as a hateful mob, which perfectly fits their toxic behavior. The most common lies and slander spread about my channel is that I steal content from others. Second one, I do not credit them, and then I put my watermark on them. Bear in mind, I already debunked all that BS in my other video almost 2 years ago, but yet it continues to be repeated by those drones without thinking. As I said, they don't seem to be able to think for themselves. So I'll briefly debunk all those lies and slander before moving on to expose some of the worst haters of my channel that have been posting vile things about me on Twitter for a while, but especially in the last few days since my video triggered them. First allegation against me is that I steal content from others. That is a very easy one to debunk, as my videos are fair use in nature. So by definition, all my videos are creative original works that stand independently from the source material I draw from. And that's approved by the production company of Supernatural, so it's clear that's all that matters. Anyone else's opinion is just silly noise I don't care about, and no one should. Because the only entity that matters in determining what's fair use or not is the company that actually makes the source content, not some random, silly people online spreading BS they don't understand anything about. I'm also accused of never asking for permission from the sources I use clips from in my videos, which is a laughable lie to me. I not only have permission from almost all my sources, but I also have great relationship with all of them, and I even consider them friends. Even in a few cases, I don't ask for permission for a certain clip from a source. Most likely because I cannot reach them, or maybe I'm just making a video quick in a certain time frame. I have fair use law covering me in that case too, as I'm not required to ask for permission from sources for my fair use videos, or to even credit the source. But I try my best to do both on all my videos, and that's evident if you actually watch my videos and not just spread BS about something you know nothing about, like those people. So that easily debunks the most common slander and lies spread about me by those toxic haters. It will all be evident for you in the next portion of the video as I expose some of those haters and liars. So before I show you a general sample of the toxic haters in the fandom on Twitter, I'd like to single out the worst ones I've seen over the years. I want to start with a girl named Mel who goes under the name Misha's Diary on Twitter and Instagram. So this girl is so manipulative, toxic, and an overall horrible person to me and other fellow fans that I could make a whole video just on her. But I'll just give you a brief preview of what she's really like, as the video would get even longer if I went into more details. I'll give you a brief intro about her before I show you the kind of posts she regularly makes about me on Twitter. So, a while ago, Mel messages me on my channel's Instagram, pretending to be a friend trying to help me with my videos, warning me about putting my watermark on my videos, claiming I could get into trouble for that. I found this odd and really silly considering I have been on YouTube for a while and I know exactly what I'm doing. So I didn't understand why this random girl would send me this shady message out of nowhere. I still was nice and friendly to her regardless and gave her the benefit of the doubt. She claimed to work for YouTube, but later I found out she has been lying about this whole time we've been talking. I called her out on her lies, and in turn, she called me paranoid, and she had nothing else to say after she has been caught lying, which is really a pathetic response and defense mechanism. I mean, what else is she gonna say when you catch her lying, right? So I was done with her BS at this point, and I blocked her right away. Since then, or maybe even before, I've seen several posts from Mel on Twitter slandering me and spreading lies about me to her followers. Really toxic stuff. She made a complete turn from a supposed friend to a complete manipulative psycho liar who pretends to be something they're not, then turns around and stabs you in the back. A really terrible, terrible person. I recently found out that Mel not only slanders and lies about me on her Twitter, but she has also done the same thing, if not worse, to other fans. I'll go into more details about that later, but for now I'll show you a sample of what Mel's post about me looks like. So as you have seen in the previous screenshots, Mel and her gang of followers are vicious in their attacks on me and my channel, which really just comes off to me as petty, childish, and disgusting, coming out of jealousy and bitterness. That's a horrible way to live. And none of what they claim is true or even original or creative. It has all been said before by their fellow miserable haters, and it has all been already debunked before in my previous video and in this one. The biggest irony here about Mel's slander and lies about me is that she's the biggest hypocrite ever. She accuses me of stealing content from others and putting my watermark on them, which I already debunked earlier, while Mel herself making edits using con and SPN footage in her own videos and puts her own watermark on them too. I guarantee you that Mel did not get permission for all those cons and SPN clips. So by her logic and other haters, Mel is stealing content from CW and all the con footage takers. Mel accuses me of being fired from Creation for stealing content, which is another complete lie, since I never worked for Creation to get fired. I simply had a one-time partnership with them, but I was never working for them. How ignorant is it to confuse both things? But then comes the laughable irony here when I find out Mel got blocked by CW for stealing content and or being rude. Shocker. So Mel, did you ask for CW's permission for stealing all the clips and putting them in your videos? Was there a watermark on them before or after he blocked you? I'm just wondering. Stop projecting your failures on me. It's sad and pathetic. You're the only thief here. How hypocritical and petty this person can be. How can she live with herself spreading all that hate and lies about someone she doesn't even know? Shame on her. She needs to grow up, start acting like a mature, respectful adult, and learn some manners. Now to the final portion of this part of the video about Mel and her horrible toxic personality. I'd like to show you how Mel treats other fans who she also manipulated, bullied, slandered, and lied about in the exact same way she did with me, if not worse. Especially vulnerable fans who are basically children who cannot defend themselves, and some even have some serious psychological issues and even prone to self-harm. This will show you how disgusting Mel and her gang of followers really are, as they thrive on ganging up on people, bullying and slandering them for their own sick interests. One other irony I found about Mel, she claims that I'm harassing, bullying, and being disrespectful to J2 was the video I made, which already debunked all that BS. I was very respectful. I love the guys and everything. I was just asking my question respectfully. So the other hypocritical irony I found in Mel, look what she's saying about Supernatural cast and crew, and judge for yourself. The next screenshots are showing a nice fan who shared my video and agreed with it and tried to question Mel on why she's hating on me and spreading BS. Mel clearly did not like to be called out on being the bully, hater and liar that she is. So despite the fan's politeness, she ended up blocking her to shut her up. Typical. The next hater I want to feature is someone I'm really disappointed to see jump on the hater bandwagon on myself. Not because I know them, but because I had one brief interaction with them before on Instagram, which was nothing but nice and respectful. So the fan account titled S. Versani is a big fan account of Jensen Ackles on Instagram and Twitter, which I saw a few posts of over the years. I've never had any negative interaction with that person running it before. A while ago I wanted to use one of the clips in a video I was editing, so I reached out to them on Instagram, politely asking for their permission to use it. They politely declined and I was fine with that. And they say I steal content from others and I never asked for permission for it, right? Anyway, then I found out recently that this account, is Versani account, had shared a hate post about me attacking my latest video and added her own input insulting me, calling me a spoiled brat who doesn't care about the boys and trying to make them feel bad for my own interests and that I never showed true love for them. Very dramatic there. I didn't know you have some telepathic powers that you can read my mind, Versani. That's some impressive powers there. You should join Supernatural in this final season. Wow, I expected some decency and respect out of this person, especially after our brief friendly interaction we had before. But clearly, they are no different from all other mindless haters who just repeat everything they hear without thinking, hating someone they don't even know and assuming their motives and intentions from their videos. Shame on you, S. Versani. You are just another horrible, petty person. Alright, in the next part I want to show you a sample of the harassment and bullying a fellow fan endured by those people on Twitter, simply for sharing my video and agreeing with it. She has done nothing wrong or attacked or harassed the boys in any way. On the contrary, she spread nothing but love to them. Yet she was harassed and bullied by those people to try to silence her and disregard her right to free speech, and her independent opinions that does not flow with the majority of them. I mean, how dare she express her own personal opinion? Don't we live in a free country? No, apparently not, according to those people. They all have to have the same opinion, just like mindless drones, and they try to silence and bully anyone who speaks up an opinion that is different from what they have. Finally, I'll show you a general slideshow of several other toxic haters on Twitter spreading BS about me that is all false, all been debunked already, so you judge for yourself what you read. I'll get back to you after that to conclude the video.
I always said that angels are dicks.
Alright guys, so you must be traumatized with all what we have seen so far, and I don't blame you. When I found those posts, I was utterly shocked and disgusted by them. How can some people be this bitter and hateful? I'm speechless at this level of toxicity. Those people should be ashamed of themselves for what they say about me and others they disagree with. And they need to learn about freedom of speech and to show some respect for others. They were clearly not raised properly. Shame on all those people. They should be rejected from our communities that's supposed to be about love, caring, and respect and support for each other. Those people are doing the exact opposite of that. Their horrible, toxic behavior is unacceptable and should be called out. This is why I made this video. I hope this helps clear up the issue for a lot of fans who are either completely unfamiliar with this part of the fandom, or to those who do know about it and are equally as disgusted by it as me. If you have your own stories about haters in the fandom, feel free to share them with us down below in the comments. Thank you so much to all the good, decent people in the fandom who were raised well by their parents on values of respect, love, and care. And thanks for all my supporters who have been with me for years, and to my new ones who just came over to my channel. I love you all guys, say no to supernatural family bullying, and always keep fighting.
Awesome. That's awesome.
You're awesome.